Today is our week 4 AD podcast. We're talking all things Anderson Raptors with AD Chris Newton. Coach, how are we doing this afternoon?
Doing great. We are doing great. The sun's shining again. It looks like we got a good week ahead of us, and we're playing every day of the week. Multiple teams are going to be out there running around, so it's going to be a great week.
Well, it looks like tonight, Reds High School Future Showcase out at Midland playing the Eagles for, will that also be an ECC league game as well?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It'll be an ECC battle. The Reds community, the showcase game out there at Midland Complex. It's probably on ESPN Ocho or whatever,
Yes.
somewhere.
Hey, how have they kept up the Midland complexes since when you and I were coaching? Is it still in good shape?
Oh, yeah, but now the infield's turf.
Really?
Yeah. So now they have a turf infield, and so
that's almost cheating, man.
No, I know. They've done a very nice job with it.
Well, great. Well, that'll be fun. Let's see. I'm pretty full slate this week. Looks like hosting Walnut on Wednesday.
Yep.
Little non-league Thursday game, which is great for those pitchers that don't get on the mound for league games to stretch your arms out a little bit at New Richmond, and then Friday at Walnut, and then let's see, a Beachmont Avenue game.
Yes, sir.
On Saturday, heading down to their place. Willie's not still involved at McNick, is he?
No, Willie. I saw Willie shoot. It was maybe a couple months ago I saw Willie Corbett. It was great seeing him. I think it was when we played McNick in basketball. I saw Willie. It was good seeing him.
Well, those were some fun games. His teams were always scrappy and fun to play against, man.
Oh, yeah. And he won multiple state championships, I believe. Now,
yes, sir.
Won at LaSalle, won it at it was when he was at McNick. So baseball wise, we are going, and we got some kids. JoJo Overbeek is just knocking the absolute cover off the ball. He's currently hitting 458 for us, and he's doing a good job on the mound for us. But he's just hitting everything in sight. It's that time period where it looks like a beach ball coming in at you. That didn't last, very long for me. It looked more like a little BB at times when I was.
It looked like a golf ball for me mostly.
But he's doing well. We got Braden Moore, who might be the hardest working young man I've ever seen in my life. He logs more hours in our batting cage with his grandfather up with Chuck up on that batting tunnel I've ever seen in my life. Very hard working young man. He's hitting the ball well. Tommy Huster's hitting the ball well, and Leo Mullenkamp. So we're hovering about 6-6. But my hopes are with, what do we got? 5 games this week. We can start to get on a roll. We lost a couple tough ones last week. Get on a roll and good things will happen.
Well, hopefully those 2 tight ones at the end of last week will season the young men, and they'll get to another situation, and they'll might handle that situation a little differently and get a W.
Yeah,
the other way.
That's the game plan. Perfect.
Well, best of luck to this week. Looks like we only really have 1 day of iffy that hopefully they get a bunch of games in. So let's talk. Let's talk softball. Another full slate for softball. Good Lord.
Every day.
Yeah. Let's see. You're traveling to that Bartels Road School
tonight.
A non-league at Campbell County. Got to go across the river for that one. And then let's see. We've got Winton Woods on Wednesday, West Claremont on Thursday, Milford on Friday, and back to Bartels on Saturday. So,
this is a humdinger of a week now. We travel over to Bartels Road tonight, so that'll be a good one. Very excited. We played really well on Saturday versus McNick. Had some big games. Bailey Funk had a big game for us. Hit a couple shots. Anna Luthi had a real good day for us. So we got good things happening there. But and then Tuesday we need to change it. Tuesday, we're not playing Campbell County. We're playing Milford.
Gotcha.
Rain out. But then Wednesday we got a double header versus Winton Woods. So we got 1, 2, 3.
Are you hosting that, or are you traveling to Winton Woods?
It's going to be at our place.
Got it. Okay.
At our place. So in the next 6 days, we got 7 softball games, baby.
Sounds like the old days, man.
And then we're gonna celebrate senior night on Saturday here versus Bartels Road at 11 a.m. So
Sounds fun.
very excited about that.
We'll have to see if FanDuel has a line on that Bartels Road tonight too. See what we
We
can.
got we got some good things going. Vivian Johns has, I think she's just ever since she stepped foot here at Anderson High School, she's been hitting the ball. Anna Luthi is pitching and hitting real well. We got a freshman, Reagan Lynch. Man, she's got a beautiful swing. She's one of those kids, Rob, where you just see take 3 swings in the batting cage and you're like, okay, she's a hitter.
Yep.
Um,
It just
she's
sounds
very
different.
good.
It
Oh
just
yeah,
sounds different.
I used to love those kids when when you'd see them in tryout the first day in tryouts. Like, okay,
Yep.
they're on there.
Check.
Riley Ritter is crushing a ball. She's a multi-sport girl, great volleyball player and super softball player. She's hitting 375. And then Maddie Shaver she's knocking the cover off the ball. She's hitting 414 for us. So we get, like I said, we're going to get on a little bit of a roll this week.
Yes.
And good things are going to happen for these girls. Very hardworking young ladies.
Best of luck to baseball and
Yeah.
softball. We finally got some decent weather to play in.
Yes.
Let's go to the turf. Let's talk boys lacrosse first. Let me get over to these guys. They've gotten 10 games in. They've is the boys team young this year, coach?
Yeah, unfortunately.
It happened.
Um and it's it's we're bit by the gosh darn injury bug too. We're down to where we need all the kids. Unfortunately, we're just playing varsity games right now. Just plain and simply, we don't have enough to with injuries and stuff like that. We don't have
Yep.
enough to do both. So, but yeah, we're tonight versus Lebanon, 6 o'clock. And then Wednesday night, we're going to be celebrating senior night, 6 o'clock versus Walnut Hills. And then Saturday, we are versus Seven Hills. All going to be 6 o'clock games. And unfortunately, they're all varsity games.
Well, that's good. All home games.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yeah, the weather's going to be great. So best of luck to them. And, you know, go out there and play and do the best you can.
Yeah.
That's why you play it.
I know they work very hard. Our coaches do a good job getting after them, and good things are going to happen for them
Yep.
here in the future.
Let's go to the girls' side. Let's see. We've got travel to Lebanon on Tuesday, host Walnut on Thursday, and then St. Ursula on Saturday.
Yes.
And, just get out there and play and do the best you can. You got 2 home games and 1 road game.
Yeah. Yeah. And again, like I've said, I just matter of fact had a discussion with our girls lacrosse coach. He was in here just a little bit ago, and I said, Coach, I want to congratulate you. And he's like, what for? And I said, well, it's because your girls, you would never know. You go out there and watch a practice, because I've seen when teams struggle and
Oh, yeah.
the kids quit. Our girls work very hard. And when you talk to them, it's not like they're daubers down and like, oh, we stink. I mean, there's a great spirit. It kind of reminds me of our basketball squad, the girls basketball squad. You would never know that they're struggling because they're out there. They work their tail ends off at practice, and our coach coaches them up, like whether they're 14-2 or 2-14, it doesn't matter.
Well,
It's awesome.
That's where it starts with your leader.
Yeah.
And the message and the experience. And it's not always about the wins and losses. It's getting better, especially with these newer sports, Newt. You got to build that foundation first, and it just takes time. It doesn't happen overnight.
And it just, for whatever reason, the lacrosse bug just hasn't, it just, in Anderson Township, it just hasn't totally taken off like it has in some of these other communities where the youth program is incredibly strong.
Right.
Our boys coach, he's out. Well, our girls coach as well. They're recruiting athletes to play. There's not a ton of lacrosse players coming in. He's got to go out and recruit a lot of athletes and teach them the game.
The fun thing about it is there's a lot of action. You're never, you're not standing around for batting practice, or, that there's action all the time. It's physical. I mean, it's more controlled on the girls' side, But once they get out there and try it, I think numbers will come up, athletes will come. It'll just
Yeah,
it'll find its place.
we'll get there.
Its place. So best of luck to boys and girls lacrosse this week. Get out there and keep hustling, and you'll be surprised what happens.
Yeah,
Let's go to the hard court, and finally, boys tennis finally had some. I know you have the luxury of Beachmont racket, uh,
yeah,
but so that's probably paid dividends just to get out there and hit the ball. But last week they were able to get some matches in, and this week looks like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
mhm.
Got a non-league with Elder on Wednesday, but ECC with Walnut on Tuesday and Little Miami on Thursday.
Yeah, yeah. We ran into a couple buzzsaws on last week. Seven Hills and Milford are incredibly strong. So, but it gave our kids an opportunity to see where we want to, what we got to do if we want to, be where we want to be. So, but yeah, so we got two home Tuesday and Thursday, and Thursday night will be senior night versus Little Miami.
That's fun.
Um, our kid Calvin Bruckner, Scott Koopman, and Nick Whitney are doing a good job with us in the singles. And then Shiv Patel, Eli Stelter, Ronan Phillips, Adam Vest, and Adam Miller are all kind of in the doubles. And it's neat again because it's best out of five. So you
Right.
just pick each other up, and if your singles are taking it on the chin that day, you better salvage one, and your doubles better come through for you. If your doubles are struggling, you better make sure it happens in the singles. And our boys have been picking each other up really well in that this year. So excited what we get to see.
Yeah, because I think isn't Coach's Classic this weekend? I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
we're getting close to tournament time for tennis. I mean, it's
And then
crazy.
the ECC championships are May 1st.
So next week,
Yeah, I know. It's crazy.
wow. Well, best of luck to them. I think the weather's going to be pretty awesome for them this week, other than one day. And let's wrap up this week talking sports. Let's talk track and field. I think you guys had an invitational last
Oh,
week, right?
did we ever? It was a
Let's talk about it.
monster. 20, 20 plus teams. I mean, this place was an absolute zoo. So, our two track, well, first of all, Andy Wolf kind
Yep.
of set the blueprint for everything. And then so our coaches, they're no dummies. So they don't reinvent the wheel. They follow Andy Wolf's blueprint. But Kevin Roginski and Trevor Ellison just do a Joe Walla, and I mean everybody. And they do a fantastic job of running it. And Devin Bradley, our assistant athletic director, did an amazing job of coordinating everything and setting everything up. It takes a ton of work, and me being on the DL, he kind of he had to do so much work around here. And Debbie Welker, for that matter, our admin assistant, she did an absolute ton. So it's a total team effort getting this place ready to go. And it was amazing. We 2 beautiful days of weather. So we really lucked out there. But we had a great showing. You talk about some phenomenal athletes. When you got 20 plus schools here, we had some records being broke. Records that have been standing for 30 years being broke. So it was really cool. But I jotted some things down with our kids. Bobby Stanyard was first in the shot put and fourth in the discus.
Nice.
Cameron Mathis was fourth in the shot put and sixth in the discus. Ben Trigg was 14th in the discus. Andrew Manier 17th in the discus. Nolan Least fourth in the 800. Ty Regan in the steeplechase, which is one of the highlights of the meet.
You don't see that on
This night.
all invitational, so that had to be fun for the kids.
Oh, it's incredible. It's
Yep.
incredible. It's one of the highlights of the night. Alex Stanyard was fifth in the high jump. Cassius Black was 11th in the high jump and sixth in the long jump. So it was, and then our top, one of our top track finishers, Toby Strasbaugh, was third in the 200 dash, and that thing was moving,
Nice.
absolutely moving. Girls track, we had Audrey Norwell fourth in the shot put, Chloe Harvest 10th in the pole vault. Lila Boardwine, she is a phenomenal athlete. Was third in the 100 hurdles. Saisha Anderson, fifth in the 100 dash. Gianna Melnick, another incredible athlete who is committed to play goalie at Xavier University, was fourth in the hurdles. And then she was tied for fourth in the high jump with Bria Colston. So she's a tremendous goalie, going to go play college soccer, and she's a hurdler and a high jumper.
Wow.
She's just a great athlete. Emma Campbell came 11th in discus. So there was a ton. We had kids placing all over the joint. So it was a wonderful 2 days.
Nick, where do they park all the buses? I mean,
Oh my gosh. Well, fortunately, Devin is good with the computer, and he rigs up a map, and you would like to say that everybody follows the map. But not everybody does it very well. But fortunately, we have a back parking lot, which we try to get all the cheese wagons in. But they park in the around the circle here a little bit. What was amazing is we hire 2 officers just to man the parking lot areas, and we have a grass area, which I've never seen this before. We have a grass area that's not used for parking. But when I went up Thursday, I noticed there were cars, and we probably had every bit of 100 cars. I don't know how they didn't trap each other in, to be honest with you. Parked in this grass area that we've never used, but it was nice and dry, so it worked perfect. And everybody always says, "Well, Diesel Pete's new. Can you get anything more here?" Well, it's like, well, time out. This is a high school. We do have tennis. We do have softball. I can't tell these guys, no, you're not allowed playing. So, but we use Christ. I think some people park at the town center.
sure.
It's unreal. It's unreal. So,
And then you guys host the ECC's track and field, right?
we do.
Yeah.
So that's only 10 teams. So that seems like a walk in a park compared to
Yeah, that's an appetizer.
But it's a blast. When it's all said and done, you're whooped, that's for sure, especially this year, Devin having to take care of everything. He was whooped tired for sure. But it's awesome because it's one of the best track meets around, and that's why we have over 25 teams that want to come, because they have a great experience here, and so it makes you feel good about it.
That's great. Congratulations to all the people that put that on and had a successful meet. You had 2 great days of weather, and
Yeah.
fantastic news. Hey, before we wrap up, let's let the fans know that summer camps are available for all the kiddies to sign up and watch all the student athletes from Anderson that run those camps with the head coaches, and it's a great thing in the summertime.
It is. It is awesome. The camps are usually 2.5 hours long, and some are in the morning, some are at night. I mean, it's an awesome experience, and it does so well, not only, for the kids that come, but it does a ton of good for our kids here at Anderson, because they get to experience from the coaching perspective.
Correct.
And it always helps. It helps them understand, trying to coach and then being on that other side, and, you can really see it.
Yes, sir.
But it's great.
Yeah, that's fun. So, AndersonRaptors.org, check on that and get registered for camps for your kids. And Newt, sounds good. Looks like we got some great weather.
Yes.
We'll talk next week about some great results for all your Springs teams. Have a great week, my friend.
Yes.
And we'll touch base. We'll touch base next Monday.
Yep. And thank you for all you do. And we'll see you Thursday.
Yes, you will.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Thanks, man. Take care.
Appreciate it.